Hello, welcome to another round of Arbitration Studios as we invade the inner sphere through the whole damn thing of MechWarrior 5 Clans. I'm JP Arbiter.
I'm the Arbiter.
And, Zeno, we got an interesting story here. A little bit of background information. We previously did MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, the Ballad of Gudge's Highlanders. That was an open-ended game where you take contracts and really, like, we had a main story and then we ran through a bunch of DLCs, but really it's kind of this more open-ended, just like general Battletech MechWarrior experience. MechWarrior 5 Clans is a different beast. It is a narrative campaign. It is story focused. We have fixed characters throughout the entire spiel here. And it's also kind of interesting because this follows in the tradition of MechWarrior 2. You see, MechWarrior 2 was the story of a war between Clan Jade Falcon and Clan Wolf called the Refusal War. It was basically a giant trial of refusal where the the bid that was made by the Khan of Clan Wolf was, you want to, if you want this fight, fine, I'm throwing everything at you, you got to come at me. And it erupted across the homeworlds and the inner sphere and saw both clans torn to shreds. Clan Wolf technically lost, and it was only through some machinations and murder that Clan Wolf was able to stay alive. Um, then there was, it would be called DLC today, but it was called an expansion back in the day to MechWarrior 2 called the Ghost Bear's Lament, and that was an entirely different story. But that was the only, like, MechWarrior then. It wasn't the only MechWarrior 2 campaign, but after Ghost Bear's Lament, we had the Mercenaries expansion, which played a lot like MechWarrior 5. All well and good. But we never. But the thing is that with the clan invasion in the Battletech universe, there were 4 invading clans initially. 7 overall. But initially it was just 4. There was never a story until now, 28, I think, years later, about Clan Smoke Jaguar and the invasion. But we're going to correct that.
That opening screen is so good.
With the Timberwolf in your star.
Yes.
I do love this. One of the things about
More cutscenes.
Yeah, pre-rendered cutscenes are cool. One of the things about the MechWarrior 2 stories was that we had these sort of intro videos, so let's sit back and enjoy it.
And not interrupt.
Who fight with the ferocity of our namesake to stand unequaled amongst the children of Korinsky. We remember the bravery of our ancestors who gave themselves to the void, and of the despots responsible for their exodus. Through our strength, we lead the Crusaders to see the Great Father's dream realized. His hidden hope to one day return and reclaim paradise. It is our sole purpose, our divine right. We will bring vengeance down upon the tyrants that enslave humanity. And they shall tremble before our might.
So, yeah, that's MechWarrior 5 The Clans. So, Clan Smoke Jaguar. How much do you know about them?
Not much. Exception that I like the logo because it loves a cat.
The Smoke Jaguars were militarily powerful. Economically, they were kind of middling among the clans because they just kind of they were militarily powerful because they always trialed for what they needed. Ooh, hey, elementals.
You didn't tell that first time.
There were no
Yeah.
actual smoke jaguars hunting you in those
No, I'm with Mia. I'd rather get torn
A
apart by
lot
power
of Clan
jets
Smoke
than climb
Jaguar's
this damn
resources that made them economically potent were really in the realms of agriculture and some
Kit Commander incoming.
and finished military goods. They produced, for example, your favorite Omnimech, the Direwolf.
But also, Victor Tardavian has a variant.
At
Yep.
ease,
So, my
I am Kit
God,
Commander
they
Ibrahim
look
Izzo.
barely older than you.
This is Star
Yes, I do.
Base. Your new
But then
home
again,
for
that's
fine
kind of like the
stretch of
whole
your ship code
dirty
training.
secret amongst the clans is that the clans are a bunch of child soldiers.
Your cadre of the Elijah Hoyt,
They
Abigail
a warrior
Isabel
candidate will
Silverline,
graduate
suffered
training and go
numerous
through their
fatalities and
their first trial
walkouts
position
throughout your time on Lunderholm.
between the ages of 15 and 19, depending on the clan.
Kit's Ezra, Jaden,
There's our boy.
Our main character.
Mia,
Yep.
Nasir.
He go-
You five
I don't remember Nasir in the advertising materials. You think he gonna stick around?
one day be of value to
Probably
the
not.
clan.
Probably not.
I am not one of them. To me,
Comstar
you five are the excrement
is
of a
annoyed.
semi-
Well, we're not dealing Comstar yet. Right now, we are getting ready for our graduation as warriors, which means that we are going through a couple of final exercises.
And training.
Yep.
I am a gracious host.
Funny thing about those uniforms, if you look at the weave and the stitching, it looks like a stylized jaguar face on the chest.
Real true-born MechWarrior.
Yes.
And prove
Oh,
yourselves
so
worthy
much
of
fun
the
to
name
happen.
and
One of the many
heritage
things
you
about
carry.
clan society that ultimately makes them a failure
Suit up.
is the disrespect shown to aged veterans. I never mind the fact that a society run entirely by warriors is horseshit.
Yes.
Um,
Oh,
but
so funny.
that man right there is barely older than me. I'm 42 years old,
Real MechWarrior should be
and
combat
he's
ready
not
the
much older, and
second
he
they
has between and he should be commanding
15 mics.
galaxies at this point, especially because he's blood named. But he got shunted off to a training command probably because someone younger beat him in a straight up fight instead of
We will not fail.
because they were a better commander.
Very brave. Very stupid.
Right there. He's basically telling Jaden, our character, chasing glory is
We'll catch up.
a way to a fast death. So, anywho,
For fortune and glory!
well, the clans supposedly don't value fortune, but they do certainly value glory. That is a Summoner Omnimech. 70 tons, fast, built-in jump jets, really an excellent heavy cavalry and duelist.
And you would see whenever indie mech how better it is from
Yep.
MechWarrior 5.
Wow.
You are currently behind the controls of mankind's premier weapon of war, a Clan Omnimech. Although this is a training exercise,
One extra from Lance.
still controlling forces.
Yep, clans organize themselves in groups of 5. 5 mechs is called a star because the classic image of a star in Western culture, it has 5 separate points to them.
Oh,
Multiple multiple stars make up either a binary if it's 2 stars or a trinary, just like a binary star system or a trinary star system.
we can tell it's better graphics.
It's built in a different engine. The MechWarrior 5 Clans was built in the Unreal Engine. I forget what Mercenaries was built in.
It should be probably Unreal Engine 5 right now.
Well, that's what it was built in. Yeah.
This looks so better than the first.
Definitely smoother. It's also zoomed out compared to Mercenaries. Mercenaries, we were fighting at this zoom level, right?
Yes.
Whee!
And the jump jets are so satisfying.
Oh, I like how if you feather the jump jets, your legs will contract, and then if you fire them again, they'll spread back out to give you a stable flight path.
The heat actually got me tricked. Got me like really tricked where it was. I thought it was on the bottom for like the map, but it's on the right side. For like the weapon, for like the main HUD is that.
Seems like every other kit master we had back at home. Old and willing to take out their frustrations on us.
Not wrong.
Some people just are not happy under any circumstance.
Seem to be sizing you up right from the start. Mr. Destined for greatness. Shut up, Ez. You know how much I've hated carrying around his name. Fine. I yield. No need to start talking like a freeborn. Everyone.
What that's about is that the clans
Beyond this point, you will be
hold
entering
everything about the old Star League sacred,
under
up to and
January.
including the English language
Make your way
itself.
through 2
And
chapters,
so
and then a final
it has become a
Your
taboo
objective is to
akin
collect each
to
zone of
cursing
hostiles and
to
recover
use
any
contractions
assets that may be located in each OC.
among warriors,
This is a weapons-hot area that will test your
which is really stupid because,
abilities in
like,
combat encounters.
you would think that a warrior would appreciate brevity
Drone hover tanks, turrets,
and also
but also functional
what
battle mechs.
the clans created their own contractions.
Weapons are now hot.
For example,
Familiarize yourself with your systems before moving on to the
if a clan warrior
not shoot your friendlies. They will take damage as they would in real combat, and they should not be suffering.
is asking a question that they expect a particular answer, they'll ask a question and then end it with the phrase queaf or queeneg. Those are contractions. I don't care what a clan warrior says. It stands for query affirmative or query negative. So if you expect a
Hologram.
nope, probably it's either a criminal or an old fart.
Kit Commander is trying to
Right at the center torso.
unreach our objectives.
As he said, need to be ready for anything. Scan
And then the other side of it,
of interest in the immediate proximity of your mech. To
Scanning.
scanning.
within range.
This was a big problem.
Cautious.
Well, it's hard to do on the move.
Systems are offline
Uh,
while scanning.
You were playing this like whenever we were doing mercenaries.
Yeah. Well, it was brand new while we were still covering. I think we were still doing the Dragon's Gambit DLC when this came out. And so I did a playthrough of it. Just to,
And got one ending.
yeah. But we don't want to spoil that. So. So as I was saying, the other thing is that a clan warrior will respond queaf or queeneg. The af and the neg part short are a contraction for affirmative or negative.
Movement! What
And the idea is that you are supposed, when someone says Quiaf or Queeneg, you're supposed to, or they expect the answer to be af or neg, specifically.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
Target down.
so it's like, we hate contractions, but we will freely use our contractions.
And not their contractions.
Well, put it another way. I mean, if they hold everything about the Star League sacred, then contractions should be just fine. But it's a silly quirk, and really it exists in storytelling to emphasize how alien the clans are supposed to be compared
Hey,
to
Wraith.
Wraith. What? No.
Oh, it looked like a Wraith.
Oh no.
That.
No, no, the Wraith was a new mech when or not even a new mech. It was when the clans first invaded the Inner Sphere. The Wraith hadn't been created yet.
Shadowhawks?
That's a
Excuse me.
That's a Shadowhawk. And Shadowhawks confuse everyone. How can a big bad 55-ton mech be so undergunned? There are two answers to that, actually. The first answer is that it's Shadowhawks are supposed to work in groups.
Auto repair bays can sometimes be found in the field. Use them to make spot field repairs and replenish ammo if it is needed. But do not become reliant on them. They are not always available and can leave the rest of your store vulnerable if you make use of them at an inappropriate time.
On your order.
Alright, Mia. So Mia's piloting a Mad Dog. We got someone in a... looks like Liam in a Shadow Cat. Nasir is in an Adder. And Ezra is in a Stormcrow. Hey Ezra, do you want to trade? I'll take a Stormcrow. So, anyway.
Like, what's are interesting? Like, you don't have to get new versions.
New versions of what?
Max.
Well, because it's a narrative campaign and because it's a military operation from a centralized government instead of
Your star is ordered to defend
instead of mercenaries running
against the rampaging horde
ops on behalf of a client,
mechs and
Hey, punching.
jaded. In a situation such as this,
they had to make punching so freaking obtuse.
appropriately by issuing commands.
To a certain extent, that makes sense because the clans prefer not to engage in hand-to-hand combat with their mechs. Clan Jade Falcon, notably. So,
This is, like, nice view, too.
eh,
Tabletop. Perspective.
Yep. So yeah, they had to make utilizing melee attacks obtuse as hell. Which is fine, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Frankly, clan machines are so fast under most circumstances that it really... you can get yourself into a good firing position without needing to resort to melee most of the time.
Expect to get behind anything more than an industrial mech. You will have to do better. At the Mark Nav point, you will find the entrance to the final combat arena and a series of auto repair bays. See yourself patched up. When you are ready, scan the gate and enter the arena.
You got it, boss.
Easy prey so far?
Do.
Yeah. We'll take them all on if that's the best they've got.
I actually like this color scheme, the gray
My training ground with those
with the
free-bird
grays and the what with the gray and white.
You will speak properly without the use of lazy contractions.
And that right there is sort of the
Is brash, but he is among the best within our SIPCO.
that right there is supposed to be the idea, is that using contractions is considered lazy, but nah.
Kit Liam, you carry the name of your progenitor and one of the clan's founding fathers. It is a great honor that I will not see you denigrate with language unbecoming of your station.
So
Then I call you to a trial of refusal.
Only warriors have the right to refuse. And you are no warrior.
so
Not
boink
yet.
boink
Until you earn that
boink.
station,
So
you will carry yourself with dignity. Or you will find yourself assigned to an elemental SIPCO as their permanent sparring partner.
and hi, what? All right. And there's a one out here for, well, mostly just to do a patch job and reload my guns. But okie doke. If words like can't and won't are considered lazy, I wonder how the clans like the okie doke. You know, don't fall for the okie doke, right?
Yep.
Ahead of you lies a vital strategic asset to the clan that must be taken at all costs.
Huh.
You must hunt down and destroy all hostiles to secure this asset in the name of Smoke Jaguar. There will be no retreat. You will either secure this
Boink.
territory from the Op-4 or fall.
At least captures
You will need to think
not on moons.
deploy your star appropriately and adapt to the situation
Now are in this
as
game.
it unfolds.
Well,
Remember, your star is your responsibility. Do not fail them. Down to target.
okay. Now we got forces on the ground to contend with.
Tanks.
Riverjack. That is, it's just a jeep.
Yes. Eliminated a target.
That's like excited.
Alright. Would you just die? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Eliminated a target.
I hope we don't have a
There we go.
I hope we don't have a cursed mech in this playthrough.
A what? A cursed mech? don't wanna relive the nightmare of the Night Star that would keep getting blown up.
Yes, I don't want to. It's stuck in my head way too often.
Boink. Huh, yeah. Kick it.
Pizza. It's freaking.
Oop. Alright.
Good call.
All right. Restarting the game. Hey, Morgan. Morgan. I will be cutting the pizza here after I'm done with this level, okay? All right.
Simple enough. Wait.
Yay. This is not our trial of possession. This is just a training exercise.
A dropship?
Yeah. Well. Look, guys. New Sipkin from out of system.
Ooh, Hellbringer. I'll have fun with that.
Action around here's been a little stale lately. Hopefully these ones do not break as easily as the last batch.
Looks like a warm welcome to our new
Well, alright.
Hey, get Fox.
Yep.
Huntress will be no
The chosen mech of Katie Ferraro and the Fox Patrol.
with close range weapons. If we spread out and try to engage them at
The story is good.
Stories, plural. Hey, pay attention to Zellbriggen.
and guys, try not to kill any of them. No telling how the Kid Masters will react if we break their star fuels. Come on. Sticking into smug Kid Masters is one of the few joys we get in places like this.
Zellbriggen is the word for the clan's system of ritual combat, which emphasizes one-on-one duels and if in the battlefield over maneuver warfare. Again, it shows just how horrible the clans actually are at war. They're great at fighting. They're horrible at war
No, just go.
because they spurn tactics.
No, disco ball hunchback.
Why would there be a hunchback? There we go. Simple. You disregarded Zellbriggen. You serrated around and you found out.
That does not bode well for your own trial of position.
Yes, Kid Commander.
Well, we taught her something.
Over? Are we finished?
Yes, Nasir, we are finished.
Lunderholm has at least given me something to work with. Might even make a warrior out of some of you. But for now, return to Stalker Base and get yourself situated.
Yes, Kit Commander.
Heading back now.
Or excuse me, AF Kit Commander. See what I mean, though? They do the abbreviations themselves, but they...
Time to get
Or contractions themselves, but they make fun of,
next.
but they consider, traditional contractions lazy. Pure hypocrisy. So this is Huntress. This is the capital world of Clan Smoke Jaguar, and I think the only world that they had sole possession of. I think all of their other colonies they shared with other clans. Launderholm in particular was shared with Clan Novacat, my favorite.
I like Clan T-Fox.
At this point, they're known as Clan Diamond Shark.
That's all, kids. Last drill we'll ever have to run in this hellhole.
This is your clan's homeworld, and you call it a hellhole?
Message feed. He's still sorry
Okay,
for
that's
performance
actually
prize
good.
pupils.
So this is his last attempt at trying to get us to wash out?
That, or soften us up for tomorrow's opponents to kill us for good.
I still find it hard to believe that you got away with hacking the base's mail server.
I'm not stupid. I just watch and observe. Not act on anything I find. They don't even know I've compromised the system.
If you are not careful, that little hobby of yours will get you killed someday.
Come on, Ez.
Liam there
You're better hacker
is...
than me.
Yeah, but when I was caught, I actually got punished for it. Command likely knows and is just letting
He
me
is,
fly the founder's name.
Or not Liam,
Not funny. You know I hate that.
And you know we all share his bloodline too, right?
Point is that he
You don't treat any of you
is
like
very
you should be the second
atypical
coming
among
behind
Jaguar
in this world.
warriors.
Come on. This might be the last
Having
time I
a
get to tease you about
talent
this.
for
It'll
cryptography
likely be
and
ransomed
stuff
to
that could be
different
best
galaxies of
described as
MechWarrior.
spy work.
You never know. You might get
And
lucky.
spy work is not valued in the clans in general, and really not valued by the Jaguars in
Anyways.
particular.
Let us get cleaned up and grab some chow.
One last meal for the road.
At least the food will be better when we are warriors.
And for that reason alone, it will be worth it.
What is that?
Just finishing it up.
Hey, Nasir, good work. That is one thing I kind of appreciate about Jaguar Warriors is that
Mistlink's training facility.
they're
From Launderhome?
they have this like almost Mayan
I've seen this level since we left.
art style with a lot of their
When is it
stuff.
5 stars?
Us. The last 5 surviving members of our original Sibco. 5
With a
of nearly 100.
Jaguar head on it.
Right there. Every Sibco of Trueborns is 100 genetically engineered warrior candidates.
Kit Commander
And
Ismail
the
always
Smoke
used to work
Jaguars
like
are
transfer
known
to the
for
science camps.
brutal
Tomorrow,
practices in
when
their
you become a
training.
warrior,
Very
wash
few
out.
wash out and go to a different cast. Most of them are killed.
Performance is just
And keep
as
in
good
mind,
as any of
this
us.
is from birth. Mortality
fine.
happens
I
once
only keep
you're
up because we work
walking
together
and
as a
talking.
team. I do not
Yes.
think I can do this
So,
on my own.
Tomorrow will be just like any other day. One that we have trained
5
our
out of
entire life
100
for.
is brutal enough. There are some
Is the only thing standing in
clans
the way.
where it's less.
Do not
Clan
let it
Steel
win.
Viper will graduate 1 out of
Spend some time in
100
the sandbox
and
tonight if you have to.
also has, I think, the highest
I think I will.
total failure rate of
when
Sibcos
you
where
finish,
no one
Do mine up too.
survives
Just
their
like
trial
yours.
position. So,
Really?
Mm-hmm. That way a part of you will
which
be
is why it's
better
any
than
wonder
for
that the
my
Steel
power.
Vipers eventually lead the clan homeworlds
Thanks,
to nearly genocidal
That
ruin.
means a lot.
And they did deserve
Good
it.
Hunting
Well.
tomorrow.
Anyway,
You too.
it's a very touching moment. Nasir's gonna die, isn't he?